Hey folks, welcome back to the channel. Excessive Dress here, and again we're doing some more medieval dynasty today. Um, I did a little bit of off-camera work. I crafted enough stuff to get our blacksmith station, which is over here, and we have one of our people working in it. I'm not sure where they took off to. Maybe they're not here yet. What time is it? Oh, nope. I don't have my keyboard handy. Yeah, so they haven't shown up to work yet, but this is where they'll be working. I also I also did take the time to work on getting their management stuff all correct. So I'm going to take care of the well. I took the person at the well and put them in the smithy. I think they will benefit much greater over there. And handling the well right now is pretty easy. Like I said, I only need a bucket of water every 2 days. So I do have my woodshed. They're making an excess of logs, just enough firewood for our needs. So I'm not building up too much firewood. Um, the logs are slightly excess. We can tell because I need um, 9 logs total for the firewood and the planks. And then I'm making a total of 15 surplus and then 27 surplus sticks. And again, those are going to be for later use on building up the settlement. And then we have our hunting lodge, which I have set up. I was turning all the meat into dry meat, and I realized um, I didn't need to do that. I needed some surplus meat, so I went ahead and changed it to about half. And of course, this is all going to be surplus for later. So we need we're making 16.7 using 8.73 and keeping surplus of 7.97, which I can use myself and roast to get myself some production skill points. All right, and so then we have the smithy. The smithy I have set up. It's building the tools we need. So they need a hammer. Luckily, the hammer doesn't cost a hammer to use. But I have a little calculator that I made. Give me a second and I'll bring it up for you. And okay, so here's my little calculator. I have all the stuff. This is the blacksmith. I had to make the blacksmith separate from the other calculator because there were so many items that you can make at the blacksmith. Um, so all you have to do is put in how many you are making a day, and then select the tool type over here. And I have it as a drop down, so you can't select like an axe or anything because you won't be using an axe. But you can select the type of hammer you're going to be using, and it will calculate the loss and then the total tools that you would use a day. So, like I'm making 1 copper bar, it's going to use 0.01 hammer a day. So my total of all of the stuff I'm making is only 0.03 hammers a day. So that's why in the game I was making like 0.06. And then I have the tool calculator for all the other stuff. I don't have farming yet. I'm still working on trying to figure that one out. And I don't have the durability of the items either. So, but this is the same. Like I already have it set up, so I'm making 24.29 logs. So I need a total of per day. I'm using almost 0.6 axes a day, and then almost a whole knife a day. So that's why I have my blacksmith making the items like that I need. That way I'm not making too much of what I need. All right, let's get back to the action here. Okay, so now we're back. So that's a little reasoning behind why I have these particular values for these particular items. Because I have a calculator that says, hey, I only need to make 0.62 stone axes a day. Actually, it's like 0.59, right? But if I go down a percentage, sorry, if I go down, that's too few. So I'd rather make a little bit surplus, so eventually I'll get an extra one and I can sell that one off. But it's better to have a tad bit more than a tad bit less. So anyway, that was that. And the workshop doesn't have any tools associated with it, so I don't have to worry about making tools for it. There you go. That's how I have it set up, and that's why I think now my food is going to be a little out of control because I'm making way more food than I need. Um, but I can just sell that stuff off. Um, and my wood demands, I might fix that. So to fix that, you have food items. You can tell them what food to eat, right? So I want them to eat, and this is the priority in which they'll eat them. So if I have cherry pies, I'll eat them before, the poppy seed pie, etc., etc. They'll eat the soured milk, which I don't want them to eat that because I need that turn into like cheese. There's something that adds, so we won't let them eat the bucket of milk. We will eat all of this. Don't eat the pork because that's what we need to make the cheese. So the soured milk makes the pork, and the pork with the milk make the cheese. I'll eat that. They can eat all of that. Salted fish meat, roasted fish meat, sure. Don't eat the cabbage. Don't eat the salted meat because I can use that to cook with. Don't eat. So I'm going to take off all the raw ingredients. So don't eat the raw ingredients unless I run out, and then they can eat them. Drink the wine. Don't eat the onions. Don't eat the fish meat. Don't eat the pike or the apple. Don't eat any of that. Don't eat that. Don't eat the mushrooms. Because I can cook with those. Don't eat the berries. Definitely don't eat the unripe berries. Don't eat the rot. Like, that's the last thing they would eat is like rotted food, which is not good for them. So, there we go. I set up the priorities so they won't eat any of the raw foods, which is good. And then I can just cook them. Water. So this is saying I'm short some firewood. Hopefully we'll see. The demand is 120. I only have 95. I should be making enough for today, though. This will be a good example to see. Oh, I turned back on unlimited weight so I could bring those rocks back over here. It was what I'm gonna end up having to do if I want to keep the unlimited carry weight off. I'm gonna have to probably build like a storage over here at the mine so I can just put it in there. They're linked, so whatever's in this storage over here that I build would also be over here. And the only reason I would have one over here is when I'm solo mining, because I can't carry it all the way back over here. Very inconvenient, especially when I get loaded down. We're going to go and deliver this crate of ride. Alright, so we'll talk to her. Get you to order the ride. Here you go. If you say, here you go, beautiful lady, she'll tell you that she's married and in love with the guy. So I always skip that one. Nothing a big me couldn't handle. Alright, she gave me $200. So There we go. And 100 gold. I'd open up the chest. So now we gotta go talk to Sambor. That's the guy I was talking about. And he is in the far, like, northeast right here. It's okay. We'll go up there and talk to him. Because I wanted to show you guys the stuff by his house. And it's, like I said, it's going to be good for some quick cash if you're really strapped. Here we go. Here is Sambor, guy we need to talk to. It's no good, my friend. Okay, so we talked to him. He tells us a pretty lengthy story, and now he wants us to go dig up some clay. Well, luckily for us, there's literally clay right here beside his house. Like, so he wants us to dig up this clay. I forget if there's a shovel over here that we can take. We can steal stone axe. When he's asleep, you can come back and steal, like, this stuff. Steal his planks. But this is a long way to hike just to steal something. So I think I have a shovel. Equipped? Yeah. Alright. Pull out the shovel. So, he wants you to dig up some clay. Alright, that's cool. Well, while you're over here, if you look around, you'll see these little deer figurines that you can just pick up. It's not even stealing them. They're just laying on the ground. We'll just pick up a couple of them. I mean, they're all the way over there. There's some... I mean, they're all over the place. It's kind of weird. But here's the really weird one, though. It's like a crap ton. It's like a little army of deer over here with some wine bottles. We'll take the wine bottles. I don't know what this is supposed to be. I never looked it up. If you're strapped for cash and want some money, come up here, and I think they sell for like 60. Let's see what the value of these stupid things are. 30, right? You can sell them for a pretty decent profit. I mean, it's a profit. They're free. They're all over the place, and it's a bunch of them. Yeah, so that was again something well before unlimited carry weight. So it was a little life hack of how to transport a lot of materials. So if you wanted lumber, you just stock up on lumber before the change of seasons, and just let yourself be teleported. Same with the mine. Go to the mine, fill up with as much stuff as possible, and then let the time change and send you over. But now you can just put on unlimited carry weight, and it's not an issue. Alright, we delivered our knuckle sandwich. Actually, we told them that we lost it along the way. And now we gotta go across the river for the rest of the quests. And we already recruited everybody from over there, so we don't need to actually recruit. But it's a real quick quest. I'm actually, of all the quests to cut out, I will cut out this one, because there's going to be 3 riddles, and yeah, they're not that hard to figure out. They're not that hard to solve, but I don't necessarily like giving away the riddles. I like people to try to figure out themselves, because if you need the answer to the riddle, you can probably just Google it and find it. But I like riddles, and I like people to try to figure them out on their own, so I won't spoil the riddles. What are you doing standing in the bushes? Alright, so we got the axe. It was pretty easy. Scythe, sorry. Um, Pretty easy. If you don't do it, you can pay her money to get it. I've never paid her, so I don't know how much she wants, to be honest. Yeah, we got everybody from here, so we'll go give him his scythe back. And then we'll probably end this video there. I think that's a good stopping point. And then, what day are we on? We're on day 13 out of 30, so we're actually not doing too badly. I do want to check out my water. See, okay, so my water is back up to 150. So, oh no, it wasn't the water, it was the wood that I was concerned about. The water I have to do myself, sorry. Wood. We will definitely have to look at that at the end of the day. Alright, so it is definitely the end of the day. No, they're not working, so they're not producing anything. I want to look at our wood demand. So it looks like I need to up the production of the wood because I made it strictly just using firewood. And I think the problem is because I'm not using none of the houses are insulated. The wood, the firewood, isn't getting the actual good consumption, right? So it's not producing as much as it should. It says each piece of firewood gives you 5 wood. I think that's what it is, right? Let me check in here. I believe that's what it is. And I believe, yeah, see, plus 5 wood. So I think it's because we're not insulated, we're using it inefficiently. So we're not actually getting the 5 wood out of it. So I'm going to have to bump up my production of wood, of firewood. It's not a problem. We can bump down the production of planks. Don't really need. There we go. We'll make 7 firewood. So that's 1 over. So maybe that'll fix the problem. But we will see tomorrow. And with that being said, I'm going to end this here, and we'll come back and continue with the next day. Alright. Peace.